Okay, today we're doing a miso soup with dried bean curd strips and fried enoki mushroom. Okay, so we'll be using this miso paste to make our miso soup. And we have our dried bean curd strips. And the instructions states to soak these in warm water until they become soft. Drain the water before cooking. Okay, so we'll start off. I'm just gonna take one of these packets. It's about 3 of these in the pack. Mind you, this is my first time trying these, so hopefully it would go well. I'm expecting this to be similar to a noodle, so that's what I'm going for. So we'll go ahead and open this up, get the soaking process going. This should not take long at all. The miso soup states combine a half cup of water, 1 level of teaspoon of the miso paste for a half cup of water. So based off the amount of soup you want, you will follow instructions based off this, and that's what I'll be doing. And then you'll bring that to a boil, and that's it. So too easy. I think the most time will be spent on the things that I plan to put in the miso soup, which is the dry bean curds and also some bok choy. All right, let's get this. Let's see how long this takes. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so we'll let those soak and we'll be back. Okay, so our bean curd is soaked and it's soft. I'm gonna go ahead and drain it. It's ready. And you can see that it's noodle-like. So that's what, let me taste it. Yeah, tastes noodle-like. I like it. Okay. Gonna get the miso ready. What is it? 1 teaspoon to a half a cup of water. I'm going for 6 cups of water. So that's what? 12 teaspoons. So this is what the paste looked like. So I'm just gonna level out 12 teaspoons of this. Put it in the water. Actually, I'm gonna mix it in this water first and then pour it into my pot. Bring that to a boil. So we gotta get 12 of those. That's gonna take a little bit of work to get 12 of these things. And get it incorporated. And then we'll go ahead and get our bok choy on. That's 2. So we're gonna work that out and be back. Okay, we got 12 teaspoons of the miso. I put it in a bigger bowl, and I'm just gonna mix this together before putting it into the pot. And according to the instructions, this is all we need to do for the miso soup. So this reminds me of similar to I guess what they call it, a slurry. If you were putting flour and water together to make the gravy. Except this should have its own flavor to it. I get this incorporated very well. And it didn't say the water needed to be boiling. Let me make sure. Okay. Right. So mix this in the water, then bring to a boil. Alright, so this is pretty much incorporated very well. Gonna take it over to the pot and get that boiling. Alright, so we have our 6 cups of water in here. I'm just gonna pour it into the pot, and I'm gonna just get that well blended within the cups of water before starting it to boil. Just whisk that around. I might want to taste it because this is the base, or this is the broth or the soup. So let me give it a taste and make sure. I guess we have enough miso in there and so forth. I think we need some more paste. We need some more something. Put some more paste in there. I don't know how much paste, but it says mix well, small pot, bring to boil. 1 level teaspoon of miso or more to your taste. So my taste said we need more miso. My taste said we need a lot more miso. So I'm adding more miso to this. My taste say a lot more miso here. Ooh. So I'm gonna add a little bit. My taste say about this much miso. So, or maybe it's just a very mild soup. I'm gonna whisk that in, and then we're gonna bring that to a boil. Probably gonna add some more into it. I don't know. Let me see what this thing tasting like, cause bring this to a boil. Once that boil, that's it. So I'm gonna taste this again. I might be adding something more to it, like salt and pepper. Right now it's pretty mild. Not what I'm looking for. Okay, that's much better. Much better. I still want to add like some pepper to it or something, but that's definitely much better. I want to add some black pepper to it. I can taste the flavor. I'm just add some black pepper, pinch of black pepper, and we're gonna leave it like that. We're gonna leave it like that because I wanted to keep it original as possible. We're gonna let that come to a boil. They say once that start boiling, that's it. So I guess it would be best to get it to whatever flavor you want at that point. I'm gonna let that come to a boil. Okay, while our miso is coming to a boil, we're gonna go ahead and get our bok choy together. We're gonna steam that or saute it. And our pan is heated. I'm gonna pour in some grapeseed oil. Because we want to scorch our Scott bonnet pepper. That's what we're doing. We're gonna scorch that. And we want to put a little hole in it. So to release that flavor, I'm just going to use the end of that. Poke it in there. Release that flavor. All right. Okay, so this grease is popping, and that's because my Scott bonnet pepper was frozen as I do my produce to preserve. It was frozen, so that's probably some of the ice or water coming off of it. But I can smell that thing, smelling good. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions. A little bit of garlic. And I also have a little bit of ginger I'm adding. Just a little bit of ginger. I also have some tomatoes, but I'm gonna add my tomatoes at the end because I want them to stay whole. The first time I did this, I put the tomatoes in at this point, but they were all cooked out. So this is the bok choy that I have. If you see my grocery haul, this is the bok choy I prepped. So I'm gonna add that this time. And it may look like a lot, but it's gonna cook down. And we'll add our seasoning after the bok choy is cooked down. Just gonna place a lid on it to promote some steam. I need to turn it down some. And just the time for my lid because my soup is using the same lid. And that has come to a boil. And we can just go ahead and turn that off. As it say, bring to a boil, that's it. So that's what we do. That's all it took for the miso. Miso soup is done. It has come to a boil. I just turned it off. I'm gonna give it a taste. Because this will be the point where you want to get it to the flavor you want. So let's see. Very mild. Still think I want to add some more pepper, but I might just want to wait. want some more pepper. Maybe not black pepper, maybe, I'm thinking black pepper though. So I'm gonna add some more black pepper. It's enough salt, it's very mild, but I want some more pepper in there. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Since I've stole the lid that goes on that pot, I'm gonna take my bigger lid and just put that on there. So have something on there, and we're just waiting for our bok choy to get done, and then we'll fry up our enoki mushroom. Leave the fried enoki mushroom for last. See how this bok choy looking? Just got bunny pepper in there. Looking like we got more stalk than leaves. This is the long bok choy with the long stalk, so it is more stalk than leaf, as you can see. So we just want to wait for those stalks to get soft as you want them to be. Because the leaf is pretty much done. And I'm looking for it to pretty much be done, almost done, before I add the tomato. I'll just let the residual heat do my tomato because I like it to be more whole and not cooked all up in the pot. I'm gonna let that go a little bit more. Okay, so I have transferred my bok choy into my bigger pan to give it more room. Add a little bit more, or added some vegetable broth. Get those stalks cooked down. That's pretty much what we're waiting on, to get those stalks to the tenderness that I prefer. I should have put it in this pan from the beginning. All right, where is that pepper at? Where is that Scott bunny pepper at? Where is you? Because I don't want to bite into you. I don't even see my Scott bunny pepper no more. Oh, there you go. All right, you got to keep an eye on that thing. Okay, so I'm going to let it cook down a little bit more. Then I add my tomatoes for that residual heat. And then we'll get ready to prepare our enoki mushrooms. Okay, so my bok choy is where I need it to be. Those stalks are tender as I would like them to be. I'm going to take this Scott bunny pepper out. This is what it's looking like. Taking that out before I forget about it. We just wanted that flavor. And at this point, I'm going to just turn it off. Give my seasonings. Just hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Throw these tomatoes in there. They just gonna get some residual heat. I don't want them cooking all up. actually taste my tomatoes. And that's the bok choy, baby. Add some salt and pepper. Got the pink Himalayan salt, just a pinch of this. Probably a pinch and a half. Black pepper. And that's all I'm gonna do with that. That's it. That's it for the bok choy. Bok choy ready. Just let those tomatoes get that residual heat. And that's all we doing there. That's it. I guess I should bring y'all in. Bring y'all in. In case you can't see me. Just in case. That's the bok choy. Enoki mushroom time. Enoki them. Let's get Enoki them ready. Okay, got my Enoki mushroom. It's not looking as fresh as it was when I brought it home. It's been a week, so it's held on. It's held on pretty well, I would say, after a week. So we're going to go ahead and give it a rinse, and we're going to give it a pat dry and get it cut and prepared. So I'm going to give it a little rinse. It's still a beautiful mushroom. I tell you, this is a beautiful mushroom. And let's get some paper towels, pat this thing dry. Just gonna try to pat it dry, get the extra moisture out. Now usually you don't want to rinse your mushrooms because they hold water, but for this particular one it's kind of hard to you know, use a damp paper towel to wash it or clean it. So this is 1 pack of mushrooms. All right. My dripping faucet is very annoying. All right, so we want to, I'm gonna turn this around so you can see. See the root? We want to cut the root about here. Okay, so this one I'm trying to do a little some kind of fancy. I seen where they cut it into slices here at the base. We're gonna do that one more time. I think I got it. Yeah. And if you cut it too high, you won't have that, you know, that part to kind of keep it together. So that's what you want to try to do there. Or you have a little straggly, you know, pieces. So I'm gonna take it one little step further. Something I saw on a video, and they prepared theirs to keep it together by. So what that gives us, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna cut that in half. Same for that one. So they give us a lot more mushroom, don't it? Okay, so put that over there. I saw one individual, she wrapped the bottom of her Enoki mushrooms with seaweed sheet. So I'm gonna give that a try. And fry them that way. So I'm gonna pull out a seaweed sheet. All right. Put this back up. And then she cut strips. Okay, so that's gonna be easy because you can, if you can see, you got the little lines on the seaweed. Okay, that make it easy. Then you're gonna cut little strips about this size. Let me see how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3, I think 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're pretty much gonna wrap the bottom. I'll do one so you can see, and then we'll get that done. All right. You get something to put my seaweed sheet on. Get a little paper plate. All right, so what we're going for here, put those over there. Take the end of this, and we're gonna wrap this around. Basically, that's what we're going for. It should stick with just some water. Let me wet my fingertip. Put a little bit of water in there. And I'm just wet my fingertip and put it on the end of the seaweed sheet, and it's supposed to stick. All right, do another. Trying to keep these little things together. Enoki them. That's Miss Tabitha Brown call them. Enoki them. So, guess this kind of cute, as well as it'll keep the mushroom together when we fry it. And there we go. And I'm just gonna work that out and we'll be back. All right, so we have our enoki mushroom all fried up here. I'm just bring it in so you can see a close up. The enoki mushroom. We have our bean curd that's softened up. Our bok choy. We have our miso paste or miso soup. It's still in the pot. Still good and warm. Just giving it a good whisk up because we about to put this bowl together. So this is what I was going for. So we have that. We have everything that we want to use for putting this soup. Alright, so let's get this thing plated, shall we? Shall we get it plated? So, I'm gonna move this over to the side. I'm gonna bring our enoki mushrooms over here. We want to bring that bowl closer to you, to your view. Alright, there we go. Remember these? If you watch my videos, this is my bowl that I got from my local Asian store, grocery store. Isn't that cute? Got to get into that. So let's build out our soup, shall we? Okay, so I'm gonna start by adding some of the bean curd, which is my noodle, or that's the plan for this. And then we'll go ahead and get some of the bok choy. And followed by our miso soup. Okay, let me just move this hot pan out the way that I fried the enoki mushrooms. Let me get that out the way. Bring the miso over. Give that a good whisk because I can see, I keep whisking it because I can see where the miso paste separates from the water. So that could be why it says boil, then eat. Probably because of that separation. So we got that whisked in and we're going to ladle some of the miso soup onto here. Give me a second. Alright, I want you to see this. So we're gonna bring this pot over. Bring the pot over. So we can bring this over. And then you can see somewhat how the miso is looking. It's already separating just that quick. So whisk that up. And we're going to ladle some miso soup onto that. And this is what I was going for here. This is my miso soup. And we're going to add some of the fried enoki. That's how we're looking. And we'll just hit that like that. Of course, I'm going to try to make it pretty. Try to stand up our enokis on here. Like so. And that is our miso soup. Fried enoki mushroom with dried bean curd and bok choy. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Let me see if I can get you in there a little closer. All right, let's give it a taste. This is not gonna be so crunchy after being in the soup, but this is good. That Louisiana fish fry that's that lemon flavored one. But the mushroom is meaty. Because it's good. I see why they like this. Okay, I need a spoon for my soup. Or maybe a fork. Because it's full of stuff. Probably both. This was a success. Enoki mushroom is definitely a success. Let me finish now. Okay. Now for the actual soup. Miso soup. Bok choy. Bean curds. I already know what they taste like, so I'm sure this is good. The enoki. Tastes like I'm eating fish. Oh, I think I'm eating the bottom of it with that seaweed. And you know that seaweed got a fishy taste. That's what I'm eating. That's the magic of the seaweed. Okay, let me see. Trying to get it all together. Yeah, bok choy. Bean curry is just giving off pretty much like a noodle, but a more, I don't know, dense noodle. I like it because it ain't mushy. It's not a mushy noodle. So I guess that's the word, dense. Miso, very mild. I got it to exactly where I wanted it to taste, but it is a very mild soup. So just to know, it's a very mild soup if you haven't had it before. But all in all, this was a success. This was awesome. This was an awesome idea. Oh, I'm about to eat this. I'm gonna sit down. As a matter of fact, I done taste it for you. Let me sit down so I can actually enjoy it. Toodaloo!